Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A Georgetown mother has escaped jail over a crash which claimed the life of her son. She was unlicensed and affected by methamphetamine at the time. Nick Kelly reports.
The 3-year-old boy was sitting in an improperly secured car seat when the car, driven by his mother, left Bridport Road near Lefroy and smashed into trees in March last year. The boy didn't survive. Cheyenne Logan Radford had smoked ice earlier that night, pleading guilty to a number of charges, including causing death by negligent driving, unlicensed driving and driving under the influence of drugs. But she won't spend time behind bars, handed 5 months in prison, wholly suspended. The magistrate warning Miss Logan Radford the sentence is her last chance, saying you've already suffered significantly as a result of this. You brought about the death of your own child. It's brought immense regret and shame for you. But that the 3-year-old was entirely dependent on you to be secured properly in his seat. She also received fines totalling $1,100 and has been disqualified from driving for 3 years.
The Liberals are being accused of failing to properly consult other parliamentarians on Marinus Link, just 2 days before a final call is due on it. But the government, which remains in caretaker mode, insists it is following the rules as the benefits of the project continue to divide experts.
A key decision that will decide the fate of Marinus Link is imminent, but only now is Labor being briefed on it.
I have not seen the final business case. I have not seen all the information that I would need to make a decision about this or to endorse a decision made by this government.
The Greens and crossbenchers also receiving a last-minute update without seeing the whole of state business case beforehand.
It's ridiculous and unrealistic and disrespectful.
Labor again accusing the Liberals of breaching caretaker conventions.
Opposition parties must be properly consulted and their agreements sought to make decisions. But that's not what's happened today.
A claim rejected by the Liberals, saying the business case was available in the briefing and that caretaker protocols are being followed, while relevant documents won't be released until after the final investment decision. The undersea cable would enable power to be sent to and from Tasmania and the mainland, supporting more clean energy into the national grid, previously costed at more than $5 billion, including the Northwest Transmission development.
Marinus Link has the potential to be a significant windfall for Tasmanian through the government, through profits from hydro, which then everybody in the state will benefit from.
But some energy experts say it doesn't stack up.
It's extremely badly founded loss-making investment, which is why the thing has lingered for so long like a bad smell.
While some politicians want more time to consider the current proposal.
I would like to see a delay to that decision date to enable the new parliament to consider that.
But Marinus Link is standing firm on the timelines, saying every milestone sets up construction for early next year and that a recent assessment of the project highlighted a range of benefits. But whether it surges ahead is unclear for now. Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
With the vote count from the snap election out of the way, the Tasmanian Electoral Commission is now distributing preferences. How voters numbered other candidates on the ballot papers could play a key part in working out who will make it over the line, with seats in Lyons and Bass still up for grabs.
We'll have some of the divisions completed by Friday afternoon, but it may be Saturday until we finalise 1 or 2 of the more tighter seats.
After that, the declaration of the polls will be held next Tuesday. A heated debate over the acknowledgement and welcome to country has erupted during a local council meeting, with one councillor calling for it to be removed from the agenda. The motion copped significant backlash and was ultimately shut down after an hour, but the fight isn't over yet.
Overused, divisive, demeaning and ineffective. Those are the words Councillor Louise Elliott's labelled the acknowledgement and welcome to country proceedings, which happened prior to a council meeting.
It's obvious that these are political and quasi-religious rituals. They may touch on history and respect, but the spiritual, religious and political elements are clear.
Using last night's meeting to push for the practice to be rescheduled before proceedings begin.
It seeks to make these rituals optional, as they should have been all along.
But the motion divided the room.
In my opinion, it is political grandstanding reminiscent of the culture war politics we get from the likes of One Nation and Donald Trump, and it doesn't belong in this room.
I think it's an irrelevant topic, and I think the votes speak for themselves, 8-4.
Other councils, including Flinders Island and Burnie, have debated a similar issue at meetings in recent months, but none successfully passed.
It is a distraction from the challenges of the real work that local governments and others need to do to address the challenges of truly upholding rights with and for Aboriginal people.
While Hobart Council ultimately rejected the motion, Louise Elliott isn't giving up, vowing to continue her fight to have the Welcome to Country officially removed from the council agenda.
It's a bone I won't drop.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
The South Hobart Football Club and dog walkers will have to keep playing ball, with the Hobart City Council recommending mediation between them after years of arguing over the future of sharing the ground at Darcy Street. But it hasn't given up on solving the long-standing issue, giving all parties 21 days to express their concerns.
The city's aim and goal is to try and find a balance between the interested parties, and we try our absolute best as a council to consider those perspectives.
In an open letter last month, the club stated the oval is not suitable for off-lead dog exercise, outlining a number of reasons why, including health and safety and playing surface damage. Tasmania's hospitality scene is turning heads on the national stage, with several local venues named as finalists in this year's Gourmet Traveller Awards. From newcomers to long-standing favourites, the state's finest are set to shine as the event prepares to make its Hobart debut.
Nestled on a Hobart street, you'll find Skole.
We also do what's called a touchonomy, so stand and drink, on the Tuesday nights.
With room for just 20 diners a night, this intimate spot is making a big impression. Despite only being open a few months, Skole has already landed on the national radar. Named a finalist in Gourmet Traveller's Best New Restaurant category.
Pretty excited. We were told we weren't allowed to tell anyone, so it was pretty hard keeping it a secret.
And they're in good company. Launceston Stillwater has been nominated for the first time for the Reader's Choice Icon Award, a fitting nod as the restaurant celebrates its 25-year anniversary.
We're always consistent with what we do, and I suppose we've just developed that relationship and that name over the years.
The Agrarian Kitchen also in the running, while Hobart's own Institute Polaire has been named a finalist for Best Bar.
We were very thrilled. It's a fantastic recognition for our team, who works very hard to deliver a really warm experience.
The common thread among nominees, Tasmania's rich produce.
We work with so many amazing growers and farmers and producers, and we're always trying to do better, to learn more, to explore more.
On August 18 here at the Henry Jones Hotel, the industry's best will be crowned, with Tasmania proudly hosting the awards ceremony for the very first time.
It'll be a fun night going and seeing all the other restaurants.
I say it'll be game on in Hobart.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Changes to blood and plasma donation rules will mean thousands of currently ineligible people will be able to roll up their sleeves. Reduced waiting times are opening the door for cancer survivors to become lifesavers.
Allowing cancer survivors to give back sooner.
We're really hoping with these new changes that we can welcome some more donors through the door.
Previously, they had to wait 5 years after recovery to donate blood or plasma. Now new research has found that window can be safely reduced to 12 months, with large-scale studies determining cancer is not transmissible through blood transfusion.
These changes will come in across Australia.
Cancer patients receive a significant proportion of the nation's blood donations, relying on them during chemotherapy and surgery.
We need about 11,000 donations every week just for those treatments.
And many who have recovered or been touched by the disease are eager to repay the generosity.
Lots of people do want to give back, and we're really happy that we can make these changes.
For James Whittaker,
this is my 177th donation.
Giving plasma is a way to honour the memory of someone close.
My sister passed away of bowel cancer and liver cancer, and I do it to help all the other people.
For Lifeblood,
Finding new donors is always critical,
Demand is at an all-time high.
and the cooler months put more pressure on already strained supplies.
Through these winter months, some of our donors will get unwell, like we all do, and we need to make sure we've got enough donations.
There's hope these changes will help bridge the gap.
Eligibility is always changing, so we really urge to check your eligibility online or give us a call.
Do it.
Tom Crosby, 7 Tasmania News.
Circular Head may have missed out on a spot in the NWFL finals, but as they prepare to play Burnie, the men are brimming with optimism, having claimed 3 wins this season since breaking a nearly 2,500-day drought.
It's all about building. We kind of, being realistic. We weren't going to go from winless to right up there at the pointy end.
The Burnie women are also hunting a strong finish as they host one of their final home games of the season.
We've really improved the past couple of weeks. We've put some score on the board against Penguin and Devonport.
They face off at West Park this weekend. Australia sealed a series whitewash with a 3-wicket win in the 5th T20 against the West Indies after restricting their frustrated host to 170 in St Kitts and Nevis. Glenn Maxwell fell for a golden duck in a rough start for the Aussies. Reeling at 3 for 25, 2 hurricanes in middle order ensured there'd be no upset.
That's a rocket. Bang goes Mitch Owen.
Mitch Owen and Tim David hitting 7 sixes between them. David 30 off just 12 balls as Australia chased down the target with 3 overs to spare to complete their first 5-match T20 series clean sweep. Tasmanian Tigers opening batter and ambidextrous spinner Navethan Radhakrishnan is India bound for a high-intensity 19-day training tour. The first stop, Chennai, where the 22-year-old hopes to experience subcontinental conditions firsthand as he sharpens his skills ahead of the upcoming Tigers season.
Really get confident with my execution so that when I do come back and whatever my role may be, I'd like to think I'll hopefully be batting somewhere in the top of the order and send down a few overs should be required.
I feel extremely lucky to be able to go and mix it with some of those experienced coaches that are going to be there.
The Tassie pair fly out tomorrow. And Will Magnay and Jack McVeigh are back on court together at the Boomers training camp on the Gold Coast. Former Tasmanian teammates recently crossed paths in the NBA Summer League, although who got the better of who remains a bone of contention.
I was actually giving him the business a couple of weeks ago in the Summer League.
Oh, really?
We didn't actually match up, so I take no accountability for that. The one rebound we had, I got it. So. Yeah, and then we went to the Backstreet Boys together and had a great time.
The Boomers face University of Colorado on Thursday before starting their Asia Cup campaign next week. They seem like they're the best of friends, Kim.
Yeah, some friendly competition doesn't hurt. Thank you, Nick. Well, Murph will join us after the break with the latest weather news.
Good evening. Hobart, a cooler 12 degrees today. Launceston 14. Devonport, our high again with 15 degrees. Burnie registered 13. St Helens also on 15. Flinders Island 14. King Island, Smithton, Lowhead and Ouse all 11. Make that 13. And Strawn a high of 12. A shower or two pushed over the west and south today after Zian caught 53 millimetres in the 24 hours to 9 a.m. Weak frontal band there to our southwest moving across the coast. Scattered cloud moved over Victoria and a thick band of prefrontal cloud extends over much of eastern Australia. Tomorrow a high moves over the Bright region, extending a ridge our way along with central and western Australia. A low sits off the New South Wales coast with associated troughs. Winds south-southeasterly at 10 to 20 knots, however more southwesterly over western waters tomorrow. Still some water runoff has the South Esk River dealing with a minor flood warning around Perth. Midweek in Hobart, a possible shower, just a 40% chance, 13 for Georgetown, partly cloudy day in Bothwell after a frosty start. Same for Launceston, a cold one to start with, 14 the top later, 13 a sunny afternoon for Devonport, okay for Cressy too later in the day, 13 the maximum. 14 for Burnie after a morning frost, sunny for Strawn, 12 the high and 13 the top for Curry, the chance of a shower, 13 for St Helens, an early frost, a shower or two for Swansea, 13 and 12 the high for Orford. On Thursday, a cold start, mostly sunny though over the north, cloudy over the east and southeast. Half a chance of a shower over King Island on Friday, otherwise fine with light winds, and on Saturday, a light shower over the east coast and through Bass Strait and maybe later over the northwest. Partly cloudy in Perth tomorrow, a showery 15 in Adelaide, cool and cloudy for Melbourne, rain on the way in Sydney, 15 there, partly cloudy and 24 in Brisbane. Bit of cloud over Hobart at 6 at the moment, 8 in Launceston, Devonport currently 6 degrees. I hear you're not going to be with us for a little while, Kim. How about you do something different and send us a postcard this time?
Oh, you're such a boomer. Time to get on the internet, Merv. And that wraps up your news for this Tuesday. As Merv said, I'm heading off for a couple of weeks' leave, so Merv and Michael Maney will be joining you over that time with your latest news. For now, take care and good night, everyone.